Our first guests tonight are very funny comedians and New York Times best-selling writers. The third season of their fantastic show, Desus and Mero, premieres January 31st on Showtime. Please welcome back to the show, Desus Nice and the Kid Mero. How are you, gentlemen?
Hey, Seth. Good to be here.
Anna's back.
Guys, it is so good to see you, and I'm going to ask you the question every talk show host is asked. How do you think comedy will be affected by the Biden administration, and how have you felt about the first week?
Oh, I thought we were here to do the new Chinese swap.
You guys were going to do the swap?
I thought that's what they told us in the pre-thing.
We're not doing the new Chinese swab.
You're not gonna. We're not doing that. I was kind of looking forward to it.
We were, if you were here in person, but being remote, it would have to be such a long swab.
Yeah. An extendo. No, so far, Biden, Biden's doing well. It's like he's a new guy on the job. He had to get the Wi-Fi passwords. He's still probably fumigating the Oval Office. People forget that when Trump left, they stole a lot of stuff. They might have stole all the Ethernet cable. They might have took all the silverware. There's probably keys missing on the MacBook. They're starting from scratch. So, give them a little slack. Give them a month at least.
Yeah. We gotta give him a couple
and Biden has got a lot to do. Like you said, he's signing executive orders at a breakneck pace. You know what I mean? He's still Febrezing stuff. You know what I mean? Give him a little while to do, mess up, and then we'll get him. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to ask you guys if you enjoyed watching the inauguration, especially because the Bronx represented itself so well, not just with Sonia Sotomayor, but with Jennifer Lopez.
Yes. Queen J-Lo.
Yes.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Biden doing inauguration the right way, having actual guests, having actual musicians people wanted to see. We got
absolutely.
And as a Bronx resident, I got nervous because I saw the look in J-Lo's eyes. She thought she was back in Vegas. She was about to go into a rendition of Waiting for Tonight, or I don't know, I'm just Jenny from the block. I know Secret Service was like, enough, put it off.
But yeah, no. Shout out to J-Lo. Her valiant attempt to sing was well recognized. You know what I'm saying? The only thing missing was that Versace dress.
And shout out to her sleeping in that. Let's get loud. That's what the nation needs. We're going to start putting that on our currency. Let's get loud.
Let's get loud.
How do you feel? Are you optimistic about the working relationship between Vice President Harris and President Biden?
That should be that's a layup.
Yes.
Especially because right now the barometer is, the bar is so low. It's like, how bad could a presidential and vice president relationship be? The last president tried to have the vice president murdered. So as long as Joe Biden doesn't do that, I think everything would be hunky-dory over there.
They could slapbox on Instagram Live, and it would still not be as bad.
Well, so you mentioned both social media and the insurrection at the Capitol. Are you surprised how easy it's been for the FBI to sort of find and apprehend so many of these people who basically posted their crime on social media as they were doing it?
You know what? They're saying that these people don't believe that Blue Lives Matter. Clearly they do, because they went out their way to make it as easy as possible for Blue Lives to find them. They tag their posts. They put on the GPS on the videos. They're doing Braille translations of some of their photos just to make sure everyone can see what they're doing. It's mind-blowing.
Bro, they were taking selfies with the cops. Like, hey, just so you remember, this is me. This is my face. My name is Edward. Nice to meet you. I'm going to steal some stuff from Pelosi's office.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of those people, it was maybe their first crime based on how many mistakes they made.
It was big high school energy the first time you shoplifted, and you're going to document it. Look what I took from Sephora. Oh, my God, I'm out of control. No. Grandma, get out the Capitol.
I stole golf tees. I don't even golf.
Hey, speaking of golf, how do you think what do you think life is like for former President Trump right now in Mar-a-Lago?
Miserable. Miserable. Because he doesn't have Twitter anymore. That was his life. That was his pride and joy. Not his kids. Not any of his hotels. No. Twitter. And now he has no Twitter. He has all these people who are talking about him on TV. He has no way to get his opinion out. Now he's that guy that you avoid at every bar. He's kind of drunk at the end of the bar, and he has an opinion that he's just saying out loud that he wants somebody to hear, but nobody wants to hear it. He's probably walking around Mar-a-Lago just writing tweets on Post-it notes and sticking them on random places, hoping people find them.
He's on the back nine right now talking to an alligator at Mar-a-Lago.
It's like, yo, you see what Biden did? He's terrible. I was the best president
Look
ever.
at him. Look at him. Look at him. Don't you agree with me, Mr. Champers? Biden is
Guys
an
like,
awful leader. He's not a real leader.
Guys, what about another question we've all been asked? People have said Donald Trump was good for comedy. Now that it's over, are you worried, or do you think you're going to be just fine, if not better?
No, now we actually have to do our jobs. We actually have to like study and be comedians. Before it was like a layup line. You know what I mean? Like the warm up before the actual game, because it's such low hanging fruit. Like this guy did something dumb 48 hours every 48 hours. So now it's like we have to actually spread our wings.
And that's why it's such a gift when there's a new anal swab.
That's right.
Yeah. Boom.
But
there
you know
go.
what? Honestly, the jig is up. Trump has exposed that late night comedy is a fraud. We meet up in the Slack with you and Jimmy Fallon and everybody, and we share the same Trump jokes. Now we're done. We're done. Trump was pumping the late night industry the same way Reddit is doing GameStop. I'm telling you.
That's over for us. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street. It's all crashing. It's all coming crashing down.
If you see me on the street, throw some change in my hat.